The ghost of Rome has haunted the American experiment since its inception, casting a long and complex shadow over the nation's ideals and ambitions. From the earliest days, America's founders looked to Rome for inspiration and for cautionary tales. In 1776, as America declared independence, Gibbon published The Decline and Fall of the Roman Empire, an omen and a warning. The timing was uncanny. As one republic was born, another's demise was being dissected. The lessons were clear. Empires rise, but they also fall, often from within. The Roman concept of bread and circuses lives on. Keep the masses fed and entertained, and they'll surrender their power. The spectacle of the Colosseum echoes in today's stadiums, where distraction becomes a tool of governance. Today, our bread is a web of social safety nets, food banks, welfare programs, and subsidies that provide just enough to keep unrest at bay, but rarely enough to foster real independence or opportunity. Our circuses, meanwhile, have multiplied, now a barrage of digital distractions, endless entertainment, and viral trends that keep us glued to screens and disconnected from each other. The goal's unchanged: pacify the public, distract from eroding rights and growing inequality. While some protest, many more are lulled into complacency, their attention diverted from the real levers of power. The system manages poverty, not solves it, offering just enough to prevent revolt, never enough to empower. The cycle repeats, generation after generation, as the gap between rich and poor widens. The result? A population disengaged from politics, trading agency for comfort and spectacle. Voting booths stand empty, while screens flicker with the latest distraction. Civic apathy reigns, as celebrity gossip and sports rivalries replace the language of justice and collective action. The public sphere shrinks, replaced by fandoms and fleeting trends. As long as the screens glow and shelves are stocked, the powerful plunder unchallenged. The Roman shadow lingers, reminding us that the fate of empires is not written in stone, but in the choices of their people. America's bread is government assistance, SNAP, YC, TANF, meant to help, but designed to control. These programs don't lift people out of poverty, they keep them dependent, pacified, and manageable. The real winners? Corporations. SNAP dollars flow straight to retail giants and food conglomerates. Walmart profits twice from low-wage workers on assistance and from government-subsidized sales. This closed loop sustains a low-wage, high-consumption economy that benefits the elite. The language of welfare masks a system of corporate enrichment, not charity. The poor are managed, not helped, trapped in a cycle that enriches the powerful and erodes dignity. Government aid becomes corporate profit, and the cycle of dependency continues. If the state provides the bread, corporate media delivers the circuses. The digital Colosseum, Super Bowl, reality TV, TikTok, cable news, keeps us entertained and distracted. These spectacles aren't just pastimes, they're tools of governance, insulating us from real issues. Entertainment and outrage cycles prevent focus on systemic problems. Social media atomizes us, replacing community with parasocial bonds to celebrities and influencers. Manufactured controversies and global spectacles divert attention from domestic crises. Algorithms stoke division, cable news turns politics into sport, and critical thought is drowned out. We become spectators in our own lives, surrendering agency for fleeting pleasure. The illusion of choice, Coke or Pepsi, Democrat or Republican, masks unchanged power structures. As long as the spectacle continues, the powerful dismantle society in the shadows. A new crisis looms. AI and automation are erasing jobs across every sector fast. White-collar and blue-collar roles alike are vanishing, leaving millions economically redundant. The psychological toll is immense: shattered lives, lost purpose, and growing despair. Mass unemployment threatens to trigger a housing collapse as people can't pay rent or mortgages. Property values will plummet, shaking the financial system to its core. The loss of work erodes identity and social fabric, breeding alienation and unrest. The promise of AI-driven leisure is hollow in a system where survival depends on employment. Instead, we face a future of extreme inequality, with a small elite controlling everything. The rest are left powerless, superfluous, and desperate. The coming collapse isn't just technological, It's engineered for profit. Disaster capitalism thrives, crises devalue assets, elites swoop in to buy cheap, and wealth consolidates. The 2008 crash was a dress rehearsal. Private equity firms bought foreclosed homes, becoming mega landlords. Now, AI-driven layoffs and housing crashes will repeat the playbook on a grander scale. The goal, a permanent renter society, dependent on corporate landlords for everything. When you own nothing, you have no power. Just total economic control by the elite. These crises aren't accidents, they're steps in a project to secure elite dominance for generations. In times of crisis, the ruling class scapegoats the vulnerable, immigrants, minorities, the poor. This fractures society, preventing unified resistance and letting real culprits escape blame. Politicians blame immigrants for economic woes, ignoring decades of corporate offshoring and wage suppression. Cuts to social programs are justified by demonizing the needy, while billions flow to private prison corporations. The politics of cruelty is profitable, and the focus on the other distracts from real issues. Stagnant wages, rising costs, looming job loss. It's a magic trick. While we fight over crumbs, the powerful loot the country. As long as we're divided, we'll never unite for real change. The politics of blame keeps us distracted and powerless. We're told that the right president or the perfect Fed chair can steer the nation through any storm, that a single leader's wisdom or resolve can rescue us from crisis. But this faith in saviors is deeply misplaced, a comforting illusion that distracts us from the real forces at play. The presidency, once seen as the pinnacle of power, has been hollowed out, reduced to a figurehead role, subordinate to the interests of corporations and financial giants who truly pull the strings behind the scenes. The Federal Reserve, an institution neither elected by the people nor held accountable to them, operates in the shadows. It creates crises and then steps in to manage them, always ensuring its own survival and the prosperity of those it serves. Policies like quantitative easing and unchecked speculation inflate asset bubbles, making the rich richer while ordinary people struggle. These decisions worsen inequality, fueling resentment and instability across the country. No matter which party is in power, the political class serves the same wealthy donors. They support endless wars, deregulation, and bailouts for the powerful, while the needs of the public are ignored or dismissed. Presidents are managers, not masters, public faces of a vast, entrenched system they cannot truly control. Their decisions are constrained by forces far beyond the Oval Office. The system is too corrupt and too deeply entrenched to be reformed from within. Every attempt at meaningful change is blocked, diluted, or co-opted before it can take root. Mainstream solutions are little more than band-aids on a gaping wound, temporary fixes designed to placate the public, not to heal the underlying sickness. Collapse isn't just a distant possibility, it's a certainty built into the very structure of the system. The warning signs are everywhere, if we choose to see them. So the real question isn't who will save us, but whether the system itself can be saved at all, or if it's time to imagine something entirely new. America's greatest trick is the illusion of choice, Coke or Pepsi, Democrat or Republican. This managed democracy offers spectacle, not substance, keeping the power structure intact. Elections, debates, and a free press are theater, not empowerment. The illusion keeps us engaged, believing change is possible within a rigged system. Economic choices are just as hollow. Monopolies control every sector, and our options are curated for profit. We're conditioned to believe our choices matter, clinging to the fiction of agency. We play the game knowing it's rigged, because the alternative, admitting our powerlessness, is terrifying. The system rules by seduction, selling us freedom while keeping us caged. The parallels with Rome are stark: bread and circuses, hollowed institutions, elite wealth, and civic decay. Like Rome, we see a society distracted by spectacle, where the gap between rich and poor grows wider, and the foundations of democracy seem to erode beneath our feet. The warning signs are all around us, echoing through history. Are we doomed to collapse, or can we change course? It starts with shattering illusions, facing uncomfortable truths about our society and ourselves. Only by seeing clearly can we hope to build something better. We must reject digital distractions and manufactured outrage, reclaiming our attention for real issues. Our time and focus are precious, and we can't afford to waste them on endless scrolling or divisive headlines designed to keep us apart. Critical thinking and solidarity are our tools, seeing through scapegoating and uniting across lines of race and class. When we come together, we can challenge the narratives that keep us divided and powerless. An Ohio factory worker and a California migrant have more in common than with any CEO. Their struggles, hopes, and dreams are intertwined, even if their backgrounds are different. Recognizing the shared humanity is the first step toward real change. Real change means building coalitions for economic justice and democracy, not tinkering at the edges. It means demanding more than small reforms, pushing for a society where everyone has a voice and a stake in the future. Escaping Rome's fate requires mass civil disobedience and creating institutions that serve people, not power. We must be willing to disrupt the status quo and imagine new ways of living and working together. History isn't a script. It's a series of choices. Every generation faces its own crossroads, and the decisions we make now will shape the world for those who come after us. We can be passive spectators in our own decline, or active agents of a new, just world. The future isn't written yet. It's up to us to decide whether we repeat Rome's mistakes or build something better together.